Hi Nishant, how are you?
I'm fine, Sunil. How are you?
I'm good. Great.
Okay.
So today we have with us Nishant Raval, and he is an M.Pharm and MBA specialized in international business from NMIMS Mumbai, and he has worked for around 5 years in international business with well-renowned pharmaceutical companies. So Nishant is here to help us. He's going to give us some insights about the business development career for the students, aspiring students. So Nishant, recently we hear a lot about the business development role coming up. I mean, too much of openings in business development role. Can you give an insight to what this role is about? I mean, what does a person need to do in a business development?
Uh, First of all, thank you, Sunanda, for giving me the opportunity to share my experience with the Shiksha team. I really
My
appreciate
pleasure.
for taking and really appreciate your effort with that. Starting with my brief introduction, you well mentioned about that. Uh, Coming to your question about how the what is the international business or a business development, which is around a pharmaceutical organization.
Mm-hmm.
So, as the name itself represents, as a business development activity is activity which is responsible for gaining a business for the organization. Okay, and
Mm-hmm.
there are different roles in that, so different teams as well. So some business development activity will be responsible for a domestic or maybe domestic pharmaceutical. So where the
Okay.
medical representative will be meeting a a medical representative from a pharmaceutical company will be meeting a doctors and the keychain holders. While coming to a international business development, it will be looking for contacting different companies, different vendors, different traders where you can actually increase your pharmaceutical sales and you can make a deal for your organization. This is how, in a domestic as well as international level, the business development terms defines.
Okay. So, with that answer, I would like to have one clarification that how is business development role different from sales and marketing?
Uh, it is almost same in a simple words. The business
Okay.
development is almost a sales activity, but it is a very polished word in many of the organizations. Okay. Coming to the marketing, marketing is a different terminology itself, which is for a gaining a sale to get a sales, whatever activity you are doing for a development or maybe supporting acting campaigns like advertisement, those will be considered as a marketing arms, but the
Okay.
business development and sales is considered as a same, almost same thing.
So you are saying that business development is almost same as that of sales.
Yeah,
Okay.
yes, yes.
So
Yeah.
as a business development executive, what does a typical day look like in an office?
Uh, so typical the business development roles will be initial. Here I'll be sharing my experience in terms of international business. So
Okay.
here it will be more of a client handling. Okay, that will be responsible for your ongoing discussion, sharing your company product and gaining that information about that. Maybe making a deal. So that comes under a out licensing part. When it comes to a in licensing, you also identify the molecules you approach to a different pharmaceutical company who are developing around the globe, and you actually try to consider the same as in your pipeline. So this is how the routine works. So in international business development, there are basically starting from the day it is also involve the operation activity. So it also defined as how your purchase order or maybe for an existing client how purchase order is processing and how till when your goods will be delivered and make sure that you will receive the payment. So all the internal or external bound activities considering for in any pharmaceutical company throughout outside of India will be managed by an international business unit.
So you have to deal with a lot of vendors and a lot of external stakeholders in general.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, thanks, Nishant, for this role description. Now, I would like to ask you, how can a person become a BD professional? Is there any particular prerequisite in terms of qualification or skill?
For a business development, for a business development person, it is required to have a, I would say, a uh, great negotiation and communication skills. That
Okay.
is important. Maybe advantage will be a master of business administration, I would say. But even with your expertise, even with your interest, even with your core capabilities, you can actually be a business development person. Okay, there is no restriction, but yeah, MBA and maybe some pharmaceutical knowledge in terms of a pharmaceutical industry will definitely give you a insight about the background activities, and it will be helpful in an international business.
Okay. Is there any kind of certification or course? I mean, if a person doesn't want to go for an MBA, would just want to leverage with some certification or something to, like climb the ladder in the professional ground. So, is there anything like that?
There are courses available, so that's a 6 months course, 1 year course programs which are available. It is like an executive MBA program which is currently available.
Okay.
The certification programs are also available for maybe IIMA. So there are different like institutes which are also conducting this kind of international business courses. So maybe in operation, maybe in a finance, maybe in a marketing kind of thing.
Is there any certification for business development particularly?
There are, I guess, that is recruiting by a well-known institute around the in India. So there is a, like I would say, weekend courses available. Maybe specifically a weekday course, maybe 15-20 days certification course will be available. Those are
Okay.
available. Yeah.
Nishant, since you have mostly worked in pharmaceutical industry, that is mostly manufacturing industry, I would say, do you have any idea how business development role differs from manufacturing to service industry?
Uh, I would define this way. Uh, Business development is a front end of your organization.
Okay.
Okay, so that will work as a internal as well as external parameters of your organization. So when someone is from a business development team, he might be responsible for the internal communication of the organization, maybe with the
Okay.
purchase team, maybe with some of the manufacturing team, maybe with some of the regulatory or maybe different departments. But also it is more of an external bound where it comes to a client surface which is representing your organization and which is helpful to develop your company's image around the globe. So this is how the uh, a typical business development representative candidate is or inside the organization is placed.
That can be in both manufacturing and service industries, almost the
Yeah,
same.
I mean, some companies have their different roles or maybe some limitation to particular department. But
Okay.
yeah, maybe if it's a developing company or maybe a small company, it has a responsibility of taking a lead, taking a call from that, discussing and evaluating the scenario.
Okay. So, Nisha, now I would want to ask you, like, this is for BD role in general. If a person wants to be successful in BD role, does he need to be tech savvy, or do you recommend that these are the computer tools which are particularly required for a BD professional?
Uh,
As a
I
fresher,
would
if
say
someone wants to enter into this particular profession.
okay. So basically, the I would suggest here to gain a business development executive. So here it is also add on the Microsoft PowerPoint and Excel. That
Okay.
is definitely
Hmm.
our key tick marks for to understand or maybe to be a differentiate or maybe to a representative manner. Also, during my initial job, I have also uh, learned about the SAP function. So that helps me to internal inbound
Mm-hmm.
activities and to smoothen the process. But maybe definitely PowerPoint and Excel are definitely a plus tick mark. This will help to gain a knowledge and to help you smoothen the function inside business development activities.
Okay. So, Nishant, what is the in general, what is the remuneration range of BD professionals as a fresher? I'm asking.
This depends on the gap is quite huge. I mean, starting from something else. It depends on state wise. I would say in India,
Okay.
uh, uh, but maybe it can be between a 3 to 6, 7. Anything is as a fresher from a well-known institute is going to give you a good uh, effect on that.
And how much growth is can be expected in the future?
Uh, Cracked in between.
How much growth is expected in the future in this particular role?
Uh, I would say growth is not defined by the organization or a department. That's a simple thing I would add. But it definitely your interest,
Okay.
how much you are putting to the organization and how much
Mm-hmm.
you are delivering. Your enthusiasm to our works, your enthusiasm to learning something new. That will keeps add oning your growth. Okay, no
Okay.
doubt the company and other things are which are not in our hand, but I would say
Mm-hmm.
what is in our hand that we should focus.
Okay. Thank you
Yeah.
so much, Nishan. That's all that we wanted to know from you, just to give some idea, basic idea to people who are interested in this particular responsibility. Do you have anything to add on? Maybe something which you want to share for the students, which I have not asked you? Anything, something like that?
Maybe in a brief, I would say just follow what you would like to be. Okay, so maybe not. I mean, there are different pros and cons of everything, but uh, what makes you do the things with the interest is going to give you a success, or maybe
Right.
going to give you a good jump, or maybe a good hike, or maybe a good designation over a period of time, and that's how it is going to be differentiated from others who are working inside the organization.
Right. Ultimately,
Yes,
that's the bottom line, right? You should
yes,
know what you want to.
yes.
Okay. Thank you, Nishant. Thank you so much. We'll end the session here.
Okay, thank you, Sunanda. Have a good day.
Yeah, same to you.